Hello friends, greetings. Welcome back to the channel. So there's some good news. We found out yesterday that on Tuesday, today is Saturday, New Zealand will be moving back down to a level 3, lowering the lockdown level everywhere south of Auckland. We live south of Auckland and we're moving south of Auckland. So that means that we're allowed to move from our temporary accommodation here to the home that we have bought, which means it's time to start packing. I also want to say a huge thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. Let's get into it. So this is where all of our belongings have been for the last, oh my gosh, probably about 5 months since they arrived. We've been here for 8 months. We shipped our belongings here from California, I'd say about 5 months ago, and we never really unpacked because, you know, this is a temporary place and we were looking for a home to purchase and to live in, so we never unpacked most of our belongings, which means most of them are still in boxes from the move from the US to New Zealand. Some of the boxes are in pretty bad shape. This boat is not mine, by the way. It's a mate's, which is great. We actually haven't had a chance to use it yet though because it's been winter, although today feels like the first day of spring, which we're very excited about. But we're coming down here, we're gonna be taking a couple of things, just a few boxes for this first initial move, because the plan is this. The house will be empty when we arrive, and we wanna paint the entire inside of the house, as well as sand the hardwood floors. So these beautiful old native timber hardwood floors in the house, but they need a lot of love. And we're gonna take advantage of the fact that the house is empty to repaint the interior and to sand the floors. So while we do that, we don't wanna move anything into the house. We're going to sleep in the caravan and work on painting the house, the inside of the house, and renting a sanding machine and sanding the floors on the inside of the house too. So there's gonna be a lot of work to get those two big tasks done. And we're thinking it's probably gonna take us, I would say, at least 2 to 2.5, maybe 3 weeks to accomplish all of that. And that could be wishful thinking, seeing as how I've never sanded floors before. I've watched a lot of YouTube tutorials and we're gonna do our best. I know it can be a little bit tricky, but I've actually painted the interior of a house before back in an apartment that I was living in Venice Beach, California. So I've done that, and that's pretty straightforward as well. So we're gonna take advantage of the fact that the house is empty and get those two big tasks out of the way. While we do that, we're gonna sleep in the caravan, but that means that we can't really bring too much stuff. We're gonna load a few of these boxes, mostly tools, as well as an inflatable mattress that we brought, and we're gonna be bringing our outdoor table, we brought an outdoor dining table that has these 2 benches, and that will be kind of our one table in the house. We did bring a nice dining table, a wooden dining table for the interior that we've shipped from the States that we really love, but that's gonna come later. So the idea is we're gonna do the move in 2 stages. Essentials first, and then after that, probably rent a moving van or a horse float and bring the rest of our stuff, our bed and the other table and all the rest of these boxes. So first things first, we're gonna get a couple of these boxes loaded up, make sure that we have the essentials, get them into the back of the car, and we're also gonna put some stuff into the caravan. And then once New Zealand lowers down to alert level 3, we'll be able to move into our home. So let's get started. Oh, you're not gonna jump in there. Don't jump in there. No. plan is to use the Caravan essentially as a trailer, but also as a place to sleep outside of the construction site that will be the interior of our home for the first few weeks that we move in. So we've got the table in there already, and we have one of the benches. I'm gonna grab the next one and load it in. Obviously, we're gonna secure this a bit better once we load everything in, and we're gonna put some protection, some cushions, so that if these slide around a little bit, they don't ding up the interior of the Caravan, but this is good. We'll have a place to sit when we get to the house. Okay, it's proven to be a tight squeeze to get those boxes through this door, but we did manage to get the table, the benches, many of the boxes through, and then we've kind of set them up so that they're secure and they won't be moving around while we're driving. So this is good. We're kind of utilizing the Caravan as an additional trailer to help bring some of our essentials down. Okay, so it's not like fully loaded down in here yet, but we got a lot of stuff in here for this first round. Essentially the main thing though is the table. It's the outdoor table with the two benches, so we have somewhere to sit, and then we've kind of just put a lot of miscellaneous boxes, tools, some kitchen stuff, an inflatable bed and a duvet in case we get tired of sleeping in the Caravan. Sleeping bags, and mostly just tools and equipment for doing the work with the painting and the sanding. So it feels good to like finally be getting things from boxes in the garage into boxes in the Caravan and getting ready to take things the next step. So once New Zealand lowers the lockdown level from level 4 down to level 3, then we will be able to move into our home. So we're getting excited. A couple more days now, but a lot of work to be done between now and then. So one of the things that has to happen in order for us to move is we have to get all of our stuff out of this property and down into the garage boxed up. But you know, it's one of those things, it's like you have to pack your clothes, but at the same time you have to leave yourself enough clothes for the next couple of weeks. So essentially what my plan is, I'm just gonna pack up my little roller bag, like my travel luggage, and I'm gonna have that with about a week's worth of clothes. And then the rest of the stuff is getting packed up and put down back into the storage containers that it came in, so that we can start getting this house cleared out, cleaned up, and back into, you know, pristine condition as if we never lived here, and then get our stuff down to the new property. It's one of those things that I kind of procrastinate, but it's also like absolutely essential. And as of right now, it's Sunday and we leave here on Tuesday. So time is of the essence. Are you ready, Lanka? Are you ready to move? Do you have any idea what's happening? Are you just generally a little bit anxious because there's stuff everywhere? And you wanna know that you're coming with us, huh? When you see boxes, you kind of get scared, don't you? You're like, you guys left at one time, and it was a long time. Don't worry, bud. You're coming with us, okay? Okay? Look at that cute little tail, huh? We have shoes, boots. They need to go into this box. I've yet to read this book, but I'm looking forward to it. Saving that for when we're all settled. So with all the tasks getting done for the move, when I get towards the end of the day, I make sure to sit down and get some of the final touches done on my new website in preparation for its launch. In the past, building a website was a pain, but with Squarespace, it's painless. From websites and online stores to marketing tools and analytics, Squarespace is the all-in-one platform to build a beautiful online presence and run your business. As an aspiring writer, I love how powerful their blogging tools are to help categorize, share, and schedule posts. But I'm a photographer at heart, so I love how easy it is to present my work in customizable galleries or integrate photos into blog posts. Because a picture is worth 1,000 words. But time is precious, especially right now with the upcoming move. So I've connected all my social media accounts and can automatically push website content to my social media channels right from my website. So make the most of your time and energy and build your own website using Squarespace. Get 10% off your first domain or website purchase by going to www.squarespace.com/AlexTheVagabond. Okay, much requested. Honestly, my Instagram DMs have been blown up because Carrie has mentioned a few times that she loves my coleslaw, and many of you have sent me direct messages pleading, begging one might say, for me to share my coleslaw recipe. So I'm gonna do that just because I'm actually making coleslaw right now. We move out the day after tomorrow. And we had we had a half of a head of cabbage. So what I've done is I've shredded the half head of cabbage. I've just chopped it up real fine, as you can see, like that, just nice and fine. And then I'm gonna use a white onion because the red onions that I have right now are all kind of either too big or kind of soft, but this one's nice. And I've used white and I've used red, and the result is pretty much the same. 2 carrots, which we're going to grate using a cheese grater, and a couple of sticks of celery. This celery is on its last day, so I'm going to pull from the middle here and use some of the firmer ones. This always just reminds me of Gumby. I don't know, like maybe that's where the creator of Gumby got the idea. Maybe he just left his celery in the refrigerator for a little bit too long and was like, I could make cartoon character that's just a big floppy stick of celery. And then an apple. I prefer to use rose apples. This is a New Zealand variety and it's delicious. And then after that, we're using extra virgin olive oil. We're gonna use salt and pepper to taste. And then I like to take walnuts and I like to just finely chop them and chuck them in there so there's some crunch. And then a little bit of light mayonnaise, and you can substitute that for yogurt, and I've done that, or just vegan mayonnaise. The yogurt though, like it doesn't last as long, and I find that like with a slaw, It's best if you can leave it in the refrigerator for a couple of hours before you eat it, and it's almost even better the next day. So here we go. You're gonna shred. Pumpkin seeds. Chuck these in there. Really good. Extra virgin olive oil. Get it in there. Don't be shy. Almost forgot the most important ingredient, apple cider vinegar. Apple cider vinegar is the key. I usually do about 3 or maybe 4, let's do 4 capfuls, and that just adds that. You just mix it all up. Salt and pepper to taste. Okay friends, well, there you have it, the much requested Alexander's famous coleslaw. It's real good, and essentially, you know, look, this is, I always eyeball it. I'm not a big fan of like exact recipes. I like to experiment, and I think that with different ingredients, things taste differently, and that's part of the joy of cooking. You know, play around with it, and I usually find that like if it's not tasting to where you want it to be, adding a little bit more salt and maybe another cap full of apple cider vinegar usually does the trick. Put this in the fridge, cover it, put it in the fridge, and let it sit for at least like an hour before you eat it. And let me know in the comment section once you make it how it goes. Or send me a DM on Instagram with a photo of your coleslaw. Tag me in it and I'll share it on my story. Okay? Enjoy. I don't know where I'm going, only know just where I've been. And if there's time for growing, then let it begin. Time or time slips away so fast sometimes. So when you wake up in the morning, don't let it slip away. It's early in the morning, and I'm sitting out here. It's 9 right now. Been up since like 5:30. Just, you know, playing some guitar and taking in the new day. And just thinking about seasons of life and chapters, and you know, just how quickly it all goes by. It's crazy. I guess when I feel the way that I feel right now, as we're about to embark on this new journey, this new chapter in life, one chapter is beginning and another is ending. And I think it's really important to be present in these moments with these feelings, and to sit with them and to understand them and to value them and cherish the lessons that you learn in the previous chapter, right? As you look forward with anticipation and excitement towards the next one. But yeah, I don't know, there's something beautiful in new beginnings, and also in tying up loose ends, and you know, bringing things to a close. And while it's never easy to do that, it's important that we do. I think in life, it's all too easy to just hold on to things for too long. And I think that that's where maybe a lot of the pain and suffering in this world comes from, is people trying to hold on to past seasons without accepting that they've come to their natural conclusion, without being brave and trusting to begin the next chapter. And I know it's not easy. I'm guilty of it too. But I think that's the beauty of life, really. You know, seasons. Seasons of life. Seasons of, nature. When one thing dies, a new thing is born, a new thing begins. And that new thing couldn't be born without the previous thing coming to an end. So there's a lot of uncertainty still. A lot of things that I've been thinking about and working on, and trying to bring one thing to a close and start another. And as you probably have noticed, I recently changed the channel name and my social media handles from Alex the Vagabond to Alexander Ailing, which is my name. And I think that also is kind of closing a chapter and starting a new one. And so I just want to say a huge thank you to all of you out there who've stuck with me through all these different iterations, all these different channels and names, and all the people who've been here since the biggest, baddest bucket list days. If you're watching this now, then you've been on this journey with me for almost a decade now, and that's incredible. As well as all of you from the Vagabrothers days. It's just a beautiful thing to know that people out there care, and I want you all to know that I care about you. I recently posted on my Instagram a photo explaining the name change, and I was just blown away by the hundreds of comments of people who, like yourself, sharing kind words of support and gratitude, and just it's amazing to know that there's viewers out there who've been with me on this journey for almost a decade now, and I just can't tell you how appreciative I am of your continued support as I continue to grow and evolve and change. And it's an amazing thing. So I just wanted to thank all of you out there. Thank you, friends. I couldn't do what we're doing without you. Your support has given me this incredible amount of creative freedom, the ability to work from anywhere, and we hope to bring you all along on this incredible journey and share the ups and downs of it all. So on that note, I'm going to say goodbye, because there's a lot of stuff left for me to do, and now I only really have like 48 hours until we're going to be packing up and hitting the road and beginning the new chapter. And we're very excited about it. So, sending love to all of you. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed if you're not, so you don't miss out on any new adventures in the new chapter. And yeah, I'm sending love to all of you. Carpe diem. Seize the day. As much as I would love to sit around and play guitar all day, I got stuff to do too, so we'll call it a day for this one, and we'll see you in the next video. Okay? Bye. Have a great day. So come down from your throne, leave your body at home. Somebody must change. You are the reason I've been waiting all these years. Somebody hold